All right, this is some of the best marriage advice my wife and I have ever received. You ready for it? Argue naked. Unbelievably powerful and effective as a communication tool to not just resolve disagreements, but to do it faster. Now, you may be watching this and have a problem with the advice. If so, it's probably one of the two words, so let's just do one naked. Maybe it's the idea of being naked. Just the thought of being naked may cause you some anxiety. I'm not wanting to be flippant here on a potentially sensitive subject, but if you can't be naked in front of your spouse, something is wrong. Maybe you're a little embarrassed about your weight or looks or parts of your body. And let me tell you, I can relate. I remember when my wife got pregnant with our oldest son, who's like 21 years old right now. I gained 30 pounds during that pregnancy. You know, like pound for pound sympathetic weight gain? I was doing a lot of sympathizing. My wife lost all her pregnancy weight after giving birth, and I didn't. I'm like, huh? I think my son was about 16 years old before I got back down to my weight when he was before he was born. And it bothered me. I was uncomfortable and unhealthy physically and emotionally, and it affected our marriage. I remember one night telling my wife that I was going to believe her and trust her, really believe her and trust her, when she said she loved me just as I was. I remember telling her that I was okay with being open and naked in front of her. I could do this because my wife had given me nothing but love and support for our entire marriage, but it was still difficult for me. Do you remember Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden? The Bible says that when they were first together, they were both naked and felt no shame. No clothes in the garden was a good thing. Your marriage should be the one place in the whole world where you're safe, where you can be who you are with nothing to hide, open and transparent, knowing that there's love and acceptance there. Now, we're blending a line here between physical nakedness and emotional transparency, but I think they're related. A successful marriage will be a marriage that is willing to take the risk of vulnerability, of opening up and being your real self with the other person. It's scary, it is, and I'm not suggesting you jump right into it if your marriage hitherto has not been very transparent. Don't just meet your spouse at the door after work with nothing on, and I'm talking about both without clothes or just blurting out your feelings. First things first, pray. Ask God to reveal His heart to you and guide you in this. And then get ready, take your spouse out and go someplace, go talk. If they're not used to this, they may freak out a little and think something is wrong. Reassure them that you've been praying about you being better. They still may not buy it, but you have to start someplace. It's like running a marathon. You don't just go out and hit the pavement, hit the race. It's going to require small steps first. Walk that first half mile here, maybe a mile there, 5 miles in a little bit, but the target is still there. 26 miles for the marathon, open and transparent, naked with no shame for your marriage.